everyone. It is currently 8:32 and today we are headed to Aarhus, Denmark. So first, I think we're gonna go grab some breakfast and then head to our shore excursion. So let's get going. I just grabbed my usual breakfast and this morning we were docking at a working port. So not much of a beautiful view, but a view nevertheless. All right, it's time to head out. First stop of the day is the Aarhus Cathedral, which is the tallest and longest church in the entire country, built in the 1500s. Unfortunately, we can't go in because it doesn't open till 10 a.m., which is a real shame. Right across from the church is the beautiful Aarhus Theater, which was constructed in the late 19th century. Now we're at LuKremBo, which is an open-air museum that takes you through 3 centuries of Danish living. So let's go look around. Okay, we just got back from our shore excursion and I have a lot to say about this one. First, I need to provide you with some context though. First of all, we weren't even supposed to go to this port. Originally, this cruise was scheduled to go to Helsinki, Finland, and we were supposed to spend 2 days in St. Petersburg, Russia. But obviously with the situation with Ukraine right now, with the war, obviously that is not happening, and for good reason. But that means they had to throw in the Berlin port and this port kind of unexpectedly. And it's pretty obvious we weren't supposed to be here. We are parked in the industrial port because the normal one doesn't have enough room for a ship this size. And this is a beautiful town. It's the second largest in Denmark. And, you know, the architecture, the village we went to is so pretty. I honestly wish we had longer there, but you can tell this area was not really used to cruise ships. There wasn't that much to do. And so while I did enjoy our excursion, I do wish we stayed at the village a little longer, and I have to talk about our guide. Our guide was very knowledgeable, but he had a soothing voice that was very like, it was giving ASMR, and that's what I used to go to sleep every night. So every time he talked on that bus, I was out like a light. I was fighting for my soul. I was fighting to stay awake. Could not do it for the life of me. And I felt horrible because I had no idea what he said. I cannot tell you one thing that he said the entire time. And I wanted to know more about this area because it's so clean and beautiful, and there's some really cool buildings in this town. But yeah, no, our guide was not knowledgeable, but not entertaining, which I think, while knowing what you're talking about is very important, being entertaining is also pretty, you need to be able to captivate an audience. But anywho, I would definitely come back to this area, just explore my own a little bit. And I do feel bad, we are already back to the ship, you know, it's only like 1 o'clock, and I guess that means I'll have to pack, which is a depressing thought in itself. Well, let me show you all I have left to do, because let me tell you, it's a lot. I've gotten quite comfortable in my little room. All of this corner I need to pack. My desk. Looks like someone threw up and died. And then I have my suitcase, all my souvenirs, need to pack those. And then I have stuff all in this closet. So yeah, we're gonna be busy today. Probably up until dinner. From our balcony, you can actually see quite a lot. We'll start on the right. Over here we have the industrial port that we are currently parked at, and then we're gonna slowly pan to the left where the architectural district is. Did I say that right? Well, you get the point. Over here is where all of the really cool buildings are. Those white ones that you see are called the icebergs because they were made to model icebergs, especially since it's right by the harbor. The really tall building, it's going to be the tallest one in this part of Denmark, and most of these buildings are actually made by beginner architects because it's, well, cheaper. Okay, it's dinner time. For my appetizer, I got the Asian style pork tacos. For my main course, I got the garlic tiger shrimp. Finally, for dessert, I got the royal chocolate cake. We just got back from dinner and we found our final towel animal of the cruise, this adorable little dog. The final headliner show features the cast from the very first show on the ship, which was a Broadway medley. I don't really know what to expect for tonight. The title of the show is Music in Pictures. I'm not really sure what exactly that means performance-wise, but if it is anything like the first show, I am very excited. I think it'll be great. So let's go. Okay, I just got back from the show and here are my thoughts. I can tell why they had this show as the finale of the cruise because it was just spectacular. I don't really understand why it was called Music in Pictures because a lot of the stuff there aren't movies. They did Moulin Rouge, which is a movie and is one of my favorite movies, so I thoroughly enjoyed that section of the program. But they also did Wicked, which has yet to be turned into a movie. I don't know, a few questions, but anywho, amazing show. The dancers carried it. I loved they had all these high energy numbers and I loved every second they were on stage. It was great. I loved it. The singers were also really great, but they did mostly ballads, which honestly isn't really my thing. Amazing singers. However, ballads just aren't my thing. But overall, I loved the show. It was great. I was wishing it went on for longer, but it just stopped. I was like, oh my god, and that's it. This is the last show I'm gonna see on this ship. So it's kind of like a bittersweet moment, but yeah, amazing show. Highly recommend. We're now leaving one part of Denmark to go to another. You know, it's kind of bittersweet that it's our last day already, but it's been a great 10 days. Last drink of the cruise.
No, it was open today. Seemed like every time I had lunch there.
We are now back out in the middle of the Baltic Sea, and this is the last time I'll be on a moving ship. By the time I wake up tomorrow, we'll be docked in Copenhagen. I'm gonna miss it. Okay, it is currently 11:31 and I'm gonna call it a night. So thank you for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, please consider giving it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more content from me in the future, please consider subscribing as well. But I hope to see you in the next video, so have a good night.